stop sharing for a second while I bring up the action item list. And then go back and share, maybe just. All right, can you see it on your screen?
Yeah.
All right, we have our operations and maintenance manual.
In work.
All right, still working on that one.
I did take a look at it, Sean, so far, and I think it's important we look at the source water protection plans that are approved, because so much of that is already included in.
Right.
I'm
reviewing.
Saving time.
Yes.
Yeah, saving a lot of
This is
time.
more than an operations manual, basically, it
Yes.
implicates that, so, yeah.
Yeah, I got a pile of pepper in front of me.
And we can eliminate the part of gas chlorine in there, so.
Good, good. Okay, Bwsd.
All right, so the Marina commercial account inspection reconciliation, as we just discussed, we had our first meeting with one of the big commercial accounts and carved a path moving forward and inspections to take place in spring. And just to let everyone else know, I know that Colleen knows, but I spent about 2 solid days working on all of Chan's accounts and anything that was past to present, anything that's under his, and doing a full reconciliation of all of his accounts, which was a very, very lengthy process, but very much needed. So we have a really good path moving forward, and I believe that we're really covering some ground here. So we are working on that one. Correct financial reports in Quickbooks. I have a meeting with CDA Books. They reached out to me early this week and assured me that they were still working on stuff and going over all the material I provided to them during the last meeting. Sorry about that. And then we went ahead and set up a time to meet for next month before financials are presented to the board for the meeting. So I'll be sitting down with them on the 10th, and hopefully we'll have more to report to you guys at that point as well. Next is the water ordinance.
And Bob and I met with both Caitlin and Fonda last week on we got several questions answered. I am going to approach it to change to the ER-based charge system, just like we do with our sewer. So, yeah, it's moving forward, and I anticipate, I mean, it's going to be a couple months. I don't care how you look at it, but that's better than a year. So it's progressing. And it was good to get Fonda involved early on so that as things come up, I have her to run by, because she's up on all of that, so that's good.
All right, and then apply for insurance reimbursement for lightning damage. That I had planned to do, I believe, towards the end of last month, and here we are at January 20th. As some of you are aware, and I know Colleen is aware, some of the other things have taken precedence this month, but it has not left my list or my mind. And I am trying to put a realistic goal and say that it's done by the next meeting there. So as well as the letter to the naval base, although I have some thoughts on that as well as we're progressing forward with this ER connection thing. It is giving me some food for thought on what to put in that letter as well.
On that, Jesse, I think I would like you to put a hold on that right now.
Navy-based one?
The Navy letter. I just don't want to do anything with the Navy for a while until we get some things resolved with them on this easement. And that brings another question. I have some notes written all over my agenda here, but while we're talking about it is, I noticed they now owe us 3 months again, Jesse. It's $1,860 on the delinquent list.
I thought I updated that because I read Clint's, and what it was is Clint had a hang up on some of the bank reconciliations this month. I may have left him to his own devices this month while I focused on other things. And by the time I went around and reviewed his bank reconciliations, I saw that one of the hangups he had was that he hadn't entered a payment from the naval base. So they're at their usual 2-month. And the reason why they're always at that 2-month is because the lag time from when we receive our bank statements. Because they're the only account that automatically deposits. So they're at the 2 months.
They are actually 2 months or just 1 month?
They're 2 months. And that's their current amount owing plus that 1 month lag.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. And I thought I had updated the delinquent list. I'm not sure how it got back up to looking like it was 3 months, but maybe he tried to go back in and thought he missed something. Anyway, I thought I had updated that.
Okay.
And then review plans for Limekiln Booster Station. We know that we have that notarized form ready from our attorney that she prepared for us. I've tried reaching out to them, and I'm not getting any phone calls back.
And I looked down there when I came to the meeting. I think I can get up their road. So sometime next week, I will personally go down there. Might send Ted down there too. It's the only way you can get them to Fredericks. Once you get, they don't answer any of their phone messages. I've left messages, Jesse's left messages. I did the same when we had that meeting with Kyle, and I had to just physically go down and talk to him and tell him how you can do it. So,
Yeah, you can get up the roads.
yeah, their road's good now.
Hey, Colleen,
Yeah.
they've seen our plan view and are fine with that, or is that still getting approval?
They have not seen it because we don't have their email address.
Okay.
So it's kind of the way it was when we were there.
Sure.
And so I guess, Jesse, do you have that plan that Kyle sent on the Limekiln? I know I have it. I can send forward it to you, or Kyle could forward it to you, Jesse.
Nope, I have it. I have it, and it's printed out on my desk. You're welcome to grab it and take it along with the notarized form.
Well, you have to notarize it, so I can just, they can just get it when they come in. I think we can show them the plan and have them sign the notarized form.
Yeah, I have it attached to the back of the notarized form if they make it fit in.
Okay, I will just try and get them to contact you and set up a time.
All right, sounds good. And then, yeah, we have that prepare and notarize consent form, which we know that we have, so we're going to go ahead and just move that down. Then train Clint and Sean to do website updates. I know that Sean came into the office and him and Clint went over that stuff. And in regard to some of our PDF documents on Google Chrome, Sean had gotten out email to our website domain provider, and we're trying to work on that.
Completed in the year 521, it says on here, Jesse.
Completed what?
It says completed at 12/22/521.
I'm futuristic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe these. Then yeah, the amendments. I'm hoping to do that by the next meeting. And then finalize schedule mission adjustments for accounts not being Oh, I believe that is the full reconciliation done on all Chan's accounts, and I've tied out the numerous LIDs, and full ER count is done, and the first meeting is done. So I've done all the commercial accounts and some of the not commercial accounts. So we are good to go on those fronts. So Now I just need to do it for the rest of the LID book, which I'm slowly chipping away at, so.
Okay.
Site inspections for parcels identified with non-permitted stub outs. Again, site inspections are planned for spring of 2022. And then I know that we talked with Caitlin after the meeting with Creekside and that she was going to draft up some letters. I think I will go ahead and reach out to Fonda on that and give her all supporting documentation. Let me just write a note here. Okay. And get her on board there. Again, reaching out to the attorney, one-time forgiveness for ER transfers. I will do that at the same time. And then I have here possible change to ER schedule for taverns and restaurants. Colleen, I believe that was your request.
Let's just leave that on there, but let's wait until we get further into what we end up with on the inspections, Jesse.
All right.
And it's going to come up on the water ordinance too, so we'll just do it all at once. Lower the priority on it.
Okay. And that is it for everything that we're actively working on right now in green. So.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. Item number 4. Status.
Could I ask a question?
Oh, Pat, yes, go ahead.
What is, just because I'm new here, what is the one-time forgiveness?
Our ordinance, our old ordinance and our new sewer ordinance required that we actually have 3 classifications of ERs. One is vacant, which is just for vacant parcels with nothing built that can use the service. Occupied ERs are the ones that are set up in our book, they're hooked to our sewer system, using and being billed. The third one is this reserved, which has just really been a problem to us. They were given to mainly the marinas, is why they were even set up initially, Pat, because it gave them a little leeway of whether to use for a parcel like a dock with just moorage for boats, or they could use it for float homes. Of course, now they can't add anymore. So it gave them a little bit of a leeway on how they would utilize that ER, although it had to be attached to a parcel. Well, what happened is the ERs, instead of staying with a parcel, just started to be moving around. It became a practice with the marinas, and it is in violation of both the old and new ordinance, but it was a practice and it just continued, and we didn't do anything about it. So at this point, with the new ordinance in place, with us doing the physical inspections on all of the accounts, we are going to give a one-time forgiveness and allow them to take all of the reserved ERs and assign them to a parcel. And once that's done, there's no more moving them around. Yeah, they can't even with a permit because it's assigned to a parcel, so it won't be moved.
And people back then paid for those ERs.
Yeah, they own those ERs, Pat, the reserved and the vacant. And, well, they own all, yeah.
that a monetary forgiveness or just we forgive you because you've been, quote, breaking the rules?
Yeah, it's for breaking the rules, correct, yes,
Okay, thank you.
okay?
Thank you.
Good
Yep.
question, all right. Coeur d'Alene Books redesign financial statements, Jesse already addressed that, she's got things set up to work with them. Update on solar water, we have not heard anything from the people, so it's still status quo.
I have nothing.
Yeah, okay. Number 6, rate study and ER reconciliation. Jesse touched on a lot of that. We have made tremendous advancement on it. We're ready to do the site evaluations as soon as the weather permits. She touched on the fact that Juan is going to do the letter for the one-time forgiveness. The other part is the water ordinance that we talked about.